Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. One of the finest thing about this AI is that almost every day there is a new tool. Just imagine that it's been only 18 or maybe 16 months since we have been really valuing in to this AI mania all over the globe. But even in this short span of time, we already have hundreds and hundreds of tools available which only deal with AI. And I think we have already covered maybe 40 to 50% of them on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share yet another tool with you called as Cheshire Cat. This Cheshire Cat is a really, I would say, comprehensive tool and quite simple to use too. It is not just only for inference of LLMs, but if you look at this diagram, it allows you to chat with your LLMs. You can do retrieval augmented generation, which means then you can give your own data to LLMs for broader context. You can even create your own plugins. You can create your own vector or memory store, and you can also create or extend this Cheshire Cat with the help of plugins. And there is a whole registry where you can download plugins created by the community. So in this video, we are going to install this Cheshire Cat locally, and then we are going to integrate it with our favorite tool Ollama, which is one of the easiest and fastest tool to run large language models locally. If you don't know what Ollama is, please search my channel. I think I already have done more than 200 300 videos just on Ollama, so hopefully you should be able to find something to entice yourself. Now coming back to this Cheshire Cat, the name of this software is quite interesting too. Cheshire Cat is a fictional character in Lewis Carroll's classic children novel Alice Adventure in Wonderland, and I believe it was published somewhere around mid 19th century, around 1865. Cheshire Cat is a mysterious and mischievous cat that can disappear and reappear at will, leaving only its iconic smile behind. If you have seen the photo of this Cheshire Cat, it has a large, toothy grin that seems to hover in midair. Anyway, I digress. So let's try to get this thing installed and see how it works, and we will be integrating it with Ollama. Before I show you the installation, let me give a huge shout out to Mast Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description so that you can also uh, play along with this. So first up, let me launch and open my terminal. This is my terminal where I am running Ubuntu 22.04 and I have one GPU card of 48 GB of VRAM courtesy Massed Compute NVIDIA RTX A6000. Let me clear the screen. I already have Ollama installed. So let me quickly show you. If I do Ollama list, you see that I already have this Llama 3.1 latest model installed, but we will also download the model from the uh, container of Ollama. Now, this is what I already have installed, but for the purpose of Cheshire Cat, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use Ollama in a container. And the good thing is that you can just put Ollama in the container, Docker container, I mean, and also the Cheshire Cat. And that is one of the good thing about Cheshire Cat, that its installation is fairly straightforward. And let me actually show you what I'm saying here. So first up, let's create the Conda environment. I'm just using Conda 3.1. So let's wait for it to get uh, create the Conda virtual environment and activate it. It is going to take few seconds. Now the only prerequisite which you need to have in order to install Cheshire Cat is Docker. Make sure that you have some recent version of Docker installed. So for example, I have this Docker version installed, so make sure that any recent version should be there. Let me clear the screen. Let's also set the permission for the Docker's socket file so that Docker daemon should be able to coordinate. That is also done. Now, the first thing you would need to do is to create a Docker compose file. So simply do docker-compose.yaml. And of course, you would need to be aware of Docker to understand what exactly Docker compose is. It is simply a way to orchestrate Docker containers, which is simply an abstraction on top of your virtual machine. Now this is the whole configuration of Docker Compose which we need to give, and let me tell you what is happening here. So as is the case in the Docker Compose, we are defining some services. There is a service for Cheshire Cat and then there is a service for Ollama. At the top you can see that this is whole configuration of Cheshire Cat, where we are using their given latest image through which we will be instantiating the container, which the name will be Cheshire Cat core, and then these are few of the prerequisites. Then these are the environment variables, port where it will be running, the default 1865, some of the Docker volumes, and then usual stuff. And then this is another service for Ollama. This is another service for your vector database, which is quadrant being used here. And then we are also using Ollama's latest image. And because I'm using GPU, so I have just put GPU for all. So let me save this file and exit from here. Now, once that's done, all you need to do is to run a simple command which is called as docker compose and up, and it is going to download all the images and then it is going to install it. So let me run it here. So you see that as soon as I have run it, it has started downloading and running all the services. So let's wait for it to finish. It is going to take maybe a minute or so, not more than that. And there you go, you can see that now your Cheshire Cat and Ollama are running on your local host at port 1865. Now before we can use it, let's do another thing. Also download a model. For that, open another terminal window on the same machine like I have done here in the GUI, and here just simply run this command where we are saying docker exec Ollama underscore cat Ollama poll mistral 7 billion, and it is going to download the model for us. So let me do it. And you can see that it has started pulling the model for us. So let's wait for it. Shouldn't take too long. It downloads it and then it just verifies the checksum. And that is all done. Now let's go to your browser at the local host. Let me click on the browser. And in the browser, simply access this localhost port 1865 and admin. And you will see that this is our admin panel. Let's wait for it to load. And you should see something like this. And if you see any login screen, just log in with username admin, username, and password should be admin too. Okay, so you see that we have this our console, very vanilla one. And remember that Cheshire Cat is an API based tool. And so if you want, you can use and host your models here and do the inference through APIs. Now, once you are in this GUI, the first step you need to do is to go to settings and then configure your LLM, the model on the left hand side, click on configure, and from this drop down on the right hand side, just select your Ollama. Once you select it in the base URL, just give this information, and if you remember we have downloaded the Mistral, so give the Mistral here. So we have given this a Mistral model which we have downloaded already, and then once you are happy, just click on save. And these are some of the hyperparameters which control the output. I have done heaps of videos on describing hyperparameters, and then click on save here. Okay, once that's done, you can even select your embedding model, but that is to convert your own data or your text into numerical representation. So I'll just go with the default one for now. And then you see that we have our model configured, our console ready, and now you can start talking to your model here. So as soon as you select something, it is going to give you the answer, and then maybe we'll just say, what is happiness? And then it is talking with the local model here hosted by Ollama. There you go. It is telling you what is happiness. Another interesting response is if you click in this question mark, it is going to tell you why it selected this response. So let's wait for it. So what it means is that it tells you whether it did any on basis of the memory which you have saved here, or from your own document, or it was just model's own response. You see there was no data, it means it came from the model itself. Also, if you want to talk with your own document, just click on this flash icon, and then you can upload a URL here, you can upload a file here. Maybe I'll just click on upload file, and then from here I'll just go and see if I could find any of my own file, text file. Okay, let me quickly find out. So I have just selected a file which is fahad.txt. Cheshire Cat is thinking, which means it is just maybe converting it. So let's wait for it to convert all the text data into numerical representations or vectors, and it uses its own. You saw that we use the quadrant one here for the embedder. So let's wait, and maybe meanwhile I'll just to tease it. I'll just say who is Fahad Mirza, because this text file just contains some random data about myself. Cheshire Cat is thinking. You see, it doesn't know about it yet because it is still thinking and converting my data into numerical representation. So all in all, you can also do the RAG with it. On the right hand side, you see there is a microphone. You can even talk with it because I'm in the VM, so my microphone is not attached with that VM at the moment. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. As I mentioned earlier, this is just scratching the surface of this Cheshire Cat. You can do a lot of stuff here. You can extend it if you like, and plugins really make it so easy and so extensible and adaptable to a lot of use cases. I will drop the link to it in video's description, and you can also use that Docker Compose file if you like from there. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.